Comcast Sportsline here at Casa de Emmanuel. But before we talk NFL, let's talk golf. John Deere Classic, Charles Howell III, your leader after an opening round 63. He's at 8 under and in a group at 6 under. In second place, Patrick Rogers, Rory Sabatini, Zach Johnson. Andy Murray, who's out at Wimbledon, may need hip surgery or at least a whole lot of rest. He may not do anything until the hard court action begins with the Rogers Cup, and that, of course, will take place in Toronto, and then the U.S. Open will take place at the end of August, 1st of September. Venus Williams advances. Joanna Conta, she's a winner there. She'll now take on Gabrine Maraguga in the finals coming up on Saturday at 9 a.m. And tomorrow in semifinal action, Marion Cilic and Sam Querrey, and that'll be at 8 a.m., and Roger Federer and Thomas Berdych at 10 a.m. So there you have it as far as some other stuff trending. Pirates back in action tomorrow night, taking on St. Louis, 7 games out of first place beginning the second half of the season. Now we're going to talk a little football, and something that I saw earlier today, Ted, on the Steelers.com website, and I actually saw really the story for the first time yesterday, but did a little homework today, and our good buddy Louis Lips, the Steelers legend that they are looking at Steelers.com, and you know, he talked about his time as far as influences, John Stallworth, Chuck Noll, Calvin Sweeney, Tom Moore. You know, he was the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Lips' second season in 1985 saw him go over 1,000 receiving yards with 1,134 and 12 touchdown receptions. He struggled with injuries in 1986 and 87, but listen to this. He rebounded in 88, finishing with 50 catches, 973 yards, and 5 touchdown catches. In all, receptions 359, receiving yards 6,019, 39 touchdowns, the team's MVP in 1989, and the Joe Green Great Performance Award winner in 1984. Let's talk about our buddy Louis Lips, the first before Heath Miller to wear number 83 and a big part of the Steelers' legacy. Wouldn't you agree?
He had a tremendous career, and he was almost like the predecessor of Heinz Ward. He had that kind of an attitude, and it was just fun to watch him. Unbelievable numbers as a receiver. All
right, now I want to talk about this guy that they believe he should be headed towards the Hall of Fame. Fred Taylor played 13 NFL seasons, 11 with the Jaguars, 2 with New England. Taylor currently sits 17th all-time in rushing yards with 11,695. He made 1 Pro Bowl in his career. Taylor's 66 rushing touchdowns placed him 37th all-time, 2 behind Jacksonville's other well-known running back, Maurice Jones-Drew. Taylor's 4.6 career yards per carry is tied for 27th all-time. So, you know what? I saw this argument trending at NFL.com, something they've been talking about on the NFL Network, and it makes for good conversation, but he's got some statistics, Ted, to back that up.
Yeah, but I just don't know. As a running back, he can get over that hump. There's some awfully good running backs that he's got in competition with, and I'm almost certain they look at who's coming up, who's there right now. I'd be surprised if he gets in.
All right, also, for the second consecutive year, ESPN SportsCenter on the road is going to broadcast live at Steelers practice under the lights, 7 p.m. on Friday, August 4th at Latrobe Memorial Stadium. Numerous ESPN personalities are going to be on site, including Scott Van Pelt, Sal Palantonio, and the Steelers alum, Ryan Clark, will be there. Now, we got more for you. With more than 10,000 yards, Ted, in his career, nearly 5,000 receiving yards, 3-time Pro Bowl running back Warrick Dunn helped set the stage for this generation of dual-threat backs currently carving up the NFL. So, in his mind, who's the guy today? Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson, or Ezekiel Elliott? And he believes David Johnson is. Arizona Cardinals, height 6'1", 224 pounds, 25 years of age, born December 16, 1991 in Elvis's hometown of Memphis, College, Northern Ireland, and he's now heading into his 4th NFL season. So would you put him in that category as a better dual back than a Le'Veon Bell or an Ezekiel Elliott?
No, I would not. I'd put Le'Veon Bell first. Le'Veon's got to get a full season, though, without injuries to really make his mark. Ezekiel Elliott's rookie. He's not there yet. I would say all 3 of them have potential to be, absolute stars, but I would put Le'Veon Bell first still.
All right, now 3 things headed into Steelers camp. One of them, will Le'Veon Bell have a contract, important or not?
No, he's going to be fine through this year. I think no matter what, he's going to wind up using the franchise tag this year. And he's going to play hard. He's going to be ready. They can hold him for 1 more year. but once again, and I hate to keep saying it, but the best ability in football is availability, and he hasn't had a full season of that yet. I think they're going to wait and see what he does this year, and if I were in his shoes or his agent's shoes, I'd make sure that, beyond his control, that he stays healthy, in shape, and ready to go.
All right. Is this Ben's last camp, do you believe?
You know what? It really depends on how they do through the playoffs. I think Ben's looking at, the regular season as a grind, and he's looking at getting one more Super Bowl. I think if he gets it, it could be his last. I think if they really blow it and don't make a strong showing, it could be his last. I think if they're close again, he's going to be around for 1 or 2 more years.
And lastly, the third thing headed into camp, how many wide receivers do you need?
As many as you can get.
They got a heap of them.
I mean, they're going to wind up with 5 of them, and they're going to wind up with 5 good ones. So, you got to be ready for injuries. You got to be ready for the unexpected. Let's hope McTavish Bryant has learned his lesson. AB has been so durable; it's unbelievable. So, you got the rookie coming in. I just think they're full, and with a quarterback like Ben behind center, give me more. Give me as many as I can get.
Hey, lastly, I found this interesting too. NFL.com. Some of the best supplemental draft picks of all time. Running back Bobby Humphrey, 1989, first round with the Broncos. Quarterback Dave Wilson, 1981, first round Saints. Quarterback Bernie Kosar, 1985, first round Browns. Linebacker Brian Bosworth, the Boz, 1987, first round with Seattle. Wide receiver Chris Carter, 1987, fourth round Eagles. Quarterback Steve Walsh, 1989, first round Cowboys. Of all of them, I want to talk about just 2. Bernie Kosar and what he meant to the Cleveland Browns. What a great quarterback. And kind of lost because they never won it, and things have changed, obviously, with that Cleveland team to where they are now. But you cannot forget about this young man who played his football, high school football, right here in Ohio, Bernie Kosar.
Oh, I can tell you, he got caught by the drive and the fumble. And, it was 2 great games. He just didn't make it over the hump. Great football player, local guy. Really, the Browns did so well, and then so many things happened to him, including losing the franchise to Baltimore. But he's the last great Cleveland Browns quarterback, really.
And also, great commentator, but what an athlete. Truly the first of the prototype. Very tall, very fast, great leaping ability, natural athlete, wide receivers. Chris Carter, who had his best years with Minnesota. Love what he did on the football field, and I love what he does as an announcer. Let's conclude. Supplemental draft, wide receiver, Chris Carter, 1987, fourth round with the Eagles. Your thoughts?
It's awesome that it's not just what he did on the field, not what he does as a commentator, but what he does as a man and what he does as a role model. He's pretty much just done it all. I mean, when things go bad in the NFL and you listen to his commentary, he's usually spot on as far as the NFL players being role models, as far as the NFL being an example for a properly operated organization.
Okay, we're taking the hat off because we're going to get serious now, folks, and talk Donald Trump Jr. with Ted Arnott in just a moment from Casa de Emmanuel. Stay right where you are.